perfect ticket would be Jeb Bush and Hillary Clinton. And those two can decide who's going to be on top of the ticket and go from there. You got every, I mean, the amnesty, core curriculum education, so many similarities, and of course there was outrage from the Republican establishment, the machine. As I say, there were some columns and commentary. Oh, this is silly. What's happening, Rush? This is getting Rush would never say anything like this before. This is silly. I was trying to make a point here about the similarities in candidates from the establishment, that they are not that different, and that they have similar views about the role of government in the daily life of the United States of America. And it is that government should be big, and it should be front and center, and the focus of everything. The Republican side thinks they can do it a little smaller, a little smarter. The Democrat side thinks it's never big enough, and they're the smartest in the room, but there are a lot of similarities. And then you see this headline here, or rather, this story, Hillary Clinton's mega donors also funding Jeb Bush. So, I was, as usual, my friends, on the cutting edge last December. Okay, let's go to this object lesson here with Jeb Bush. The Washington Post has a story here that is the latest in the aftermath of everything, and the headline is Jeb Bush's quick turnabout on women's health funding and what it tells us. And it is by Janelle Ross, and it's a textbook example of how the drive-by media works. It's also a textbook example of why most Republican, and how many Republican candidates are afraid of their own shadows. Jeb said absolutely nothing wrong in his original comment. Absolutely nothing wrong. But the drive-bys cherry-picked his comments, and it didn't matter. There's no taking him out of context. He didn't have to. What he said was not wrong. It made infinite sense. And I have to tell you something. I was kind of all excited. I was excited to be able to come here and say something positive about Jeb Bush. And I didn't even get to it before they raked it over to calls, and Jeb had to try to walk it back. But the drive-bys think that they can use Jeb's remarks to give Hillary the moral high ground here on women's health and women's rights and the war on women and all of that. Janelle Ross at the Washington Post says, if nothing else, Jeb Bush's quick turnabout on women's health funding is a testament to the power of social media. By Tuesday afternoon, word went out via Twitter, which is a sewer. Well, I should say Twitter has several sewers. The whole thing may not be a sewer, but it's got several sewers in it. I mean, the absolute dregs of human debris lurk there anonymously. And it's a testament to the power of these people. This is the army of the great unwashed. The army of low information voters sitting around tweeting all day. Anyway, the word went out via Twitter that Jeb Bush was talking to a group of the Southern Baptist Convention, and that he was, they didn't know that $500 million was needed to cover women's health issues. He thought, we don't need to be spending that kind of money. And here's what Bush said. This is what got this ball rolling. The Southern Baptist Convention, he said the argument against this is, well, women's health issues are going to be, I mean, you're attacking, it's a war on women, you're attacking women's health issues. But you could take dollar for dollar, although I'm not sure we need $500 million for women's health issues. That was it. That's all. Although I'm not sure we need $500 million for women's health issues. Well, he continued, if you took dollar for dollar, there are many extraordinarily fine organizations, community health organizations that exist, federally sponsored community health organizations, to provide quality care for women on a wide variety of health issues. But abortion should not be funded by the government. And for this, for what you just heard, Jeb Bush was taken to the woodshed. And the Twitter sword did its, along with the drive-by media. Once the drive-by media got wind of what was happening on Twitter, they joined the party. And it was time to destroy Jeb. Time to destroy Jeb for insensitivity, racism, sexism, bigotry, insensitivity to the plight of women. Even though Jeb said, I don't know if he was spending all this money, and then he went on to praise all of the federal organizations that he just knows are there, that are providing just wonderful health care for all of these women who are so denied it in this mean-spirited country. Why, you would think that women cannot get health care in America, even after Obamacare, even after the Affordable Care Act. But yet here's Jeb Bush citing all of the federal programs and praising them, and it wasn't enough, was it? Here's crossing the aisle, folks. Here's trying to compromise. Here's working with the other side. Here is showing we can govern. Here is showing that we can cooperate. Here is showing that we're not hate mongers like some in our conservative media are. And what happened? It all blew up right back in his face. Because of one phrase. Although I'm not sure we need $500 million for women's health issues. That little aside was blown up on social media as precisely an example of the Republican Party attacking women's health issues. And less than 2 hours later, the Bush campaign released a statement clarifying Jeb's comments. And this is what that statement said. With regards to women's health funding broadly, I misspoke, as there are countless community health centers, rural clinics, and other women's health organizations that need to be fully funded. They provide critical services to all, but particularly low-income women who don't have the access they need. I was referring to the hard-to-fathom $500 million in federal funding that goes to Planned Parenthood, an organization that was callously participating in the unthinkable practice of selling fetal organs. But can we, it's baby. Can we just hold this what it is? It's baby organs. It's not fetal organs. It's not intact meaning, and they're selling baby organs. They are aborting babies, sometimes after they're born, and they are dissecting them. And they're selling baby organs, not fetal tissue. Now, as the Washington Post writes here, the Bush campaign's clarification is essentially an acknowledgement of the candidate's error. But none of that matters. Sure enough, Hillary Clinton was right there to pounce. Hillary Clinton tweeted, Jeb Bush, you are absolutely unequivocally wrong. This from a woman who's out there running ads, announcing how proudly she stands with Planned Parenthood. And in the Democrat media, she had all it needed to swing into action. We got the audio soundbite some here to show you this, but this is classic. Didn't say anything wrong. And he gets attacked, is conducting a war on women, and then tries to correct it, and that didn't work. When are these people going to learn you can't compromise? You can't cross the aisle. You can't extend the flying fickle finger of friendship or hand of friendship. Well, you can't. There is no bipartisanship. There is no cooperation. There is no showing the other side we can govern. They're not interested in that. When, if ever, is the establishment on our side going to figure out the reality?
This is the Big One Rush on the EIB network. That's the 350 AM News Radio 1190 KEX.
My entire life was on that computer, and it's gone. These words are anyone's worst nightmare. Doesn't matter whether your computer was stolen, damaged, or destroyed. Losing your computer means losing the memories and work you need and treasure. But your files and pictures and data don't have to be lost when your computer is. You can back it up, protect it all on a service called iDrive. iDrive stores copies copies of all of your pictures, all of your files, everything valuable in your computer, away from your computer. Millions of people now use iDrive to safely store everything they do online. You download iDrive in seconds and then just relax, knowing that your computer is safely backed up. You are protected by iDrive. Go to iDrive.com like we have and enjoy peace of mind, folks. iDrive.com. Get 50% off for a year when you use my name. iDrive.com. My name's Rush, by the way.
Is another debt crisis about to strike? Here's Kevin Demerit with the story.
Larry, some shocking news has broken. Banks around the world are planning for another debt crisis, one that could be so big it would make the last crisis look like a bad day at the nickel slots.
What are they doing?
They call it a bail-in, and the plan is in place.
What's a bail-in?
Well, I can explain it in one word: Cyprus. When the next global crisis hits, it won't be taxpayers who bail out the banks.
Well, who then?
Depositors, just like what happened in Cyprus.
Well, how do you prepare for that?
It's all in our latest report titled Countdown to Meltdown, and our listeners can get it free just for calling.
Folks, call Lear Capital today at 1-800-957-GOLD for your free Countdown to Meltdown report and free Gold Investor Guide. The countdown is on. Banks are preparing, and you should too. Call now, 1-800-957-4653. Don't wait. The clock is ticking. 1-800-957-4653. That's 1-800-957-GOLD. Here's what's trending right now on 1190 KEX.
The town of Roosevelt, Washington, east of the Dalles, is evacuated because of a wildfire. Some buildings have been damaged. Frontrunner Donald Trump will be center stage for tomorrow night's Republican presidential debate on Fox News. 9 other candidates will join him. Airbus working on a hypersonic plane. He would use missile technology to travel 4 times the speed of sound. It would travel from Paris to Tokyo in less than 3 hours.
These trending stories and more at 1190KEX.com. Brought to you by BMW Portland.
Does coffee, soda, or energy drinks get you through the day? Low energy levels can affect you at home and at work. Medical science has discovered that men over 30 lack healthy levels of testosterone. Universal Men's Clinic specializes in medical solutions for the aging man. Testosterone replacement therapy could give you back the energy and quality of life that time has taken.
Find out more. Call Universal Men's Clinic at 503-445-1301. 503-445-1301. Or visit universalmensclinic.com. Brought to you by Peak Mortgage. Now, the Michael Berry Minute.
How many minutes would you guess is the average user on Facebook per day? Not 20. The new numbers have been released by Facebook boss Mark Zuckerberg as part of the July 2015 second quarter results. Figures show that 450 million people use events on Facebook every month. I don't need to hear from you if you're one of those people that doesn't use Facebook.